Hi all, Friday again. What's been going on with me this week? So actually it's been a fairly quiet one in terms of business. Tends to happen around this time of year. It's Christmas, everyone's on wind down, just finishing up the projects that they have to do before they all leave for the break. So actually I've been taking the opportunity to catch up on my admin, to catch up on my marketing, to do a little bit more, to get my strategies in place a little bit more, and obviously to get all Christmasified in the house as well. So I don't know whether some of you saw on my Facebook or Instagram, but I put up the decorations this week, had my Christmas songs on and was singing my heart out whilst decorating the Christmas tree in the house, which is always great. I love this time of year. Been to a few Christmas parties already. There's obviously a lot of client Christmas parties and a lot of friends Christmas parties that take place over this time of year, which is always good fun, although I'm not a fan of mince pies, so please stop putting them out with the tea and coffee. It's not nice. Give me a bit of chocolate. So last week I told you all about a new client that I had got. I put aside the hours this week to do the work for them, but after reading the brief, I actually came across the first time in my business of having to say no. It was really, really tough to weigh up whether or not I should be doing this work. Sending the email, it took me about 2 hours to write it and then finally click send. You don't want to be the person that has to say no. Nobody likes to be that person. But at the same time, you have to take into consideration what it's going to do for the reputation of your business, and how you want to be seen in business. And literally the brief basically was making me break the law, and I knew it. And deep down, I don't want that. I'm very ethical. I try to be very ethical in my personal life as well as business life, and I knew that if I did this work then it would only lead on to more of this type of work. So it cost me 10 hours worth of work, but at the same time, if I had done it and somebody had found out, it could have cost my whole business, so it just wasn't worth it. So I had to say no for the first time. Not something I'm always comfortable in doing. I'm quite a yes person, which doesn't always bode me well in life, but that's just the way I am. But as I say, other than that, it's been pretty quiet. But that does bring me on to other things we're not comfortable in doing and stepping out of your comfort zone. This idea for this blog actually came from one of my Contiki family members. So thanks for this. So what you'll probably notice is that in my very first blog ever, I was not comfortable in doing it at all. I would look away from the screen, I wouldn't be looking at you, I was umming and ahhing, I was all tense, and as I've done them more and more, I've got more used to it, I've got more confident, and it's more natural for me to do it. However, saying that, today, as you can see, the setting is very, very different, and I'm actually recording this in my sister's lounge, which makes this a little bit more authentic because she's in the room next door listening, and this has taken me about 3 times to get this far already, just because I know she's there. So already my anxiety is up a bit more, I'm embarrassed, I'm finding it a bit more difficult, I'm not as relaxed as I normally would be, and I know she's out there now probably listening and laughing, but one day I will get her doing one of these, so don't you worry, I will get my own back. But basically, with business, in fact with life, doing things that make us uncomfortable and stepping out of our comfort zone is how we grow and how we learn, and it gives us more opportunities. So it's definitely something that we all have to embrace. Start small, start by, I don't know, just throwing your routine out a little bit. If you drive a certain way to work one day every day, drive another, drive up that hill that you don't like because you know you're gonna have to stop and pull your handbrake on and you're gonna be revving your engine really hard, or the fear of rolling back. And that's what a lot of comfort zones are. It's not having to risk failure not having to face the fear. So this year for me has seen some really big changes in me business-wise, launching this, and my personal life. And it's been some really big changes that made me step out of my comfort zone. I, at the beginning of the year, moved to Birmingham and got myself a job up there. I never ever thought I would leave Dorset and leave the country life behind, but for certain reasons I did, and for the few months that I was up there, I really enjoyed it. It was really, really different, and it took me a while to settle in, but it's made me realise that I can actually do more than I think I can, and do more than I allow myself to believe in. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I don't need people around me all the time, and I can adapt when my life changes. Then I moved back to Dorset. It didn't work out up there for me, but I moved back to Dorset, and it created this, by taking that risk of moving up there, leaving a job that I had done for 10 years. I worked for the same firm, and I worked my way from office junior up to office manager for them, and I was comfortable. I knew what I was doing. I went in every day, sat in the same desk every day, spoke to the same people every day, spoke to the same clients every day. I knew what I was doing, I was comfortable. And it was really difficult actually leaving that behind. I just remember the fear of even handing in my resignation to them. I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to leave them. But by doing that, and by taking a risk and taking a chance, it's opened up this opportunity for me to launch my own business, which I wouldn't have done had I not have moved. So I came back and took the big risk of launching my own business. Again, it was a huge thing. There's not many job opportunities where I'm from, so it kind of made sense that I launched something, but at the same time, I had found a temp job for New Look, and they actually were trying their best to keep hold of me, and it was one of those things where I could either have a steady income coming in, which is what I'm used to, or I could take this massive leap and actually not have any money coming in and not knowing when I was going to next be financially stable, but could potentially set myself up for life. And for me, in this year, it's all been about risk-taking and growing as a person. So actually, it was really important for me to do this and follow this through. I'm still getting my doubts now whether that was the right choice or not. But for the time being, I'm sticking with it and I'm going with it. And I just need to keep believing in myself. But for some time, I did both. I was launching this and I was working at New Look as well. Just that I had that steady income. So risk-taking and stepping out of your comfort zone isn't something that comes naturally to me. I don't know if it comes naturally to many people. I also took the decision to go on holiday by myself for the first time. I've always loved travelling, and I've been very lucky that I've always had people to travel with. However, as we've got older and things changed, my friends have gone into different careers, which means that our times don't work well together. My friends have settled down, family members have settled down. Finding the time to actually travel together that suits everyone has got more and more difficult. So I took the decision to go on my own. I did join the Kentucky tour, obviously, as you all know. But even that was something that I wasn't comfortable to do to begin with. I remember speaking to the estate agent on the phone and just constantly asking her, you know, am I going to be okay? Are there other people who are going to be single on this trip, or am I just going to end up being Billy No Mates? And there was this real twist in my stomach that I knew I needed to do it and I knew I wanted to do it, but at the same time there was something stopping me. And I remember phoning her back up the next day, debit card in hand, and was just like, take my money and book it, because if you don't, then I'm going to back out. And again, it turns out it was one of the best things I've ever done. It's allowed me again to see that I can do things by myself. I'm independent, I am strong, I'm okay on my own, and it's okay to be on your own. Things start to happen and you start to change and you develop when you're on your own. We're so used to being told that you're isolating yourself by being on your own, and it's wrong to be single and to spend time when you're on your own. But actually it's not. It's about self-development and doing what you want to do, and actually even finding yourself as a person. I mean, I'm 28 now, and if you asked me at the beginning of the year, I would have told you that I'm 28, I'm single, what's wrong with me, I'm left on the shelf, I've got my shit together, I've got a good job, so what's going wrong? And actually now, I'm just discovering that I am just starting my life. I'm just finding who I am. I'm finding my raw. I'm finding my voice. I'm starting to become who I'm meant to be. I'm starting the life that I'm meant to do. And I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't taken these risks. So stepping out of your comfort zone is a massive thing, and you have to do it. And it is hard, and you will feel sick, but it will open up doors that you never even knew existed, and you will reach heights that you never knew you could, and you will just start to love yourself and love your life. And I can't even explain it, but for your business as well, it will just open doors and create so many opportunities. Walking into these breakfast rooms and these breakfast meetings, again, I'm still not used to it now. I have this feeling whilst I'm driving there, my stomach's in knots and I lose my words and I don't know what to say. But then something clicks and I put on this facade of confidence and I become business Gemma rather than me Gemma. And I just step in and you own the room. And that's how you have to do it. You have to do these things. And the more you do it, the more you'll overcome it. It's the same with these videos, like I say. They don't come naturally to me. It's Friday. It's 11:15. And I'm only just recording this now. It's taken me all morning to build up the courage to sit here in front of you guys. To think about what I wanted to say. And to actually do it. I'm watching myself now and I can see myself, I'm looking at myself, I'm hearing myself. And then I've got to play this back and edit it. And I hate it. I'm not going to lie, I hate it. But by doing it, it's already allowed me to show you, to show people who I am. Which I can't get across on my website. I can't get across when I'm writing it down. Because you don't see my emotions, you don't see my passion. Whereas here, I am putting myself out for all you guys, but you see me. And that's what business is about. That's what life's about. That's how you develop relationships. So basically what I'm saying, guys, is just stop. Stop being in your routines. Stop worrying. Just try not to think about it. Just do it. Just take those risks. Make those leaps. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to fail. And like I've said before, nobody wants that. But what's a failure? It's nothing. You know, it's forgotten about. If it's not going to matter in 5 years' time, then don't worry about it. You can gain so much more and you can take your business and you to new heights that the risk outweighs that failure so much more. And that's all it is. It's fear. We live on fear. We let fear swallow us up in everything. And since I've stopped allowing the fear to take over and I've started to take these risks, my life has started to change. So come along with me for the journey. In 2018, make it your challenge. Make it what you're going to do, that you're going to step outside your little box. You're going to step outside your little comfort zone, and we'll do it together. We're going to just say yes to, unless it's against the law, like I said, in which case say no. But say yes to more. Say yes to opening up. Say yes to doing things. Say yes to trying new stuff. It's gonna be incredible what you see and how you see a change. You'll see people react differently to you as well. And at the end of the day, business, yes, is about making money. And we all put on a front because we are so afraid to let people see that we're human and we make mistakes, and that actually we're all petrified and scared. But for me, I want to deal with people. I want to deal with humans. I want to deal with people that know the struggle. I don't want to deal with people who are just better than the rest of us, or at least pretend to be, you know? So yeah, that's what today is basically about. Step out of your comfort zone. And like I said, on that note, this is a really short video because I had to do it to prove a point, but my sister is in the next room and she's listening, and this is a bit cringeworthy. But have a good weekend, and I'll see you all soon.